Tumeshukuru sana kama idara ya usalama kwa sababu ya vile Wakenya siku ya leo walijitokeza kuendelea na kazi zao, na tunawashukuru wale ambao walifanya maandamano kwa njia ya amani, na pia tunawashukuru maafisa wetu wa polisi kwa sababu ya kazi nzuri walifanya kudhibiti wale wauni ambao walikisia kukuja jiji la Nairobi kuharibu mali na kuumiza wananchi. Na tunawaambia pole wa Kenya ambao pengine kwa njia moja ama nyingine tuliwaharibia wakati wao wangekuja ofisi ama kazi ama biashara kwa sababu ya ile kazi tulifanya ya usalama. Tunasema ya kwamba kwenda mbele Wakenya wakifanya maandamano kwa njia ya amani kama vile tuliona kwa sehemu zote za Kenya itakuwa ni sawa, na tutaweza kuhakikisha kwamba kila Mkenya anafurahia haki zake za kufanya maandamano. Pia ningependa kupongeza sana watu wa Mombasa kwa sababu kwa miaka 2 mfululizo wamefanya maandamano kwa njia ya amani, na wameonyesha kwamba inawezekana kwamba polisi wanaweza kufanya kazi pamoja na wananchi. Na uliona vile walikuwa wanatembea kwa mwendo wa aste pamoja na polisi wakiendelea na mambo ama wakitangaza maneno ambayo walikuwa wanataka kutangaza, na nimefurahi sana kwa sababu ya hiyo. Ya mwisho na washukuru vyombo vya habari na pamoja na wanahabari ambao walikuwa leo wakishikilia doria kwa sababu mlifanya kazi nzuri. Wengi wenu mlifanya kazi kwa vizuri na kuripoti vizuri. I would like to commend all Kenyans for heeding the government's call to maintain peace and go about their daily activities. As I said yesterday, today was a working day like any other day, working and school day like any other day. Generally, I want to say that I commend Kenyans for the peace and going about their business. I also wish to report that no widespread cases of looting, vandalism, skirmishes, or injuries were reported in the country in relation to today's demonstrations. This is not only commendable, but also testament to the maturity of our politics and governance. Today is a proof that when demonstrations are conducted in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution, peace and security are guaranteed. This is the political culture we should encourage to promote as a country. That notwithstanding, we look forward to the day when demonstrations will not affect those who have nothing to do with them. Today's development is, however, encouraging. In today's processions in Nairobi and Mombasa, families and friends of victims of past protests and members of public held peaceful processions. It was largely business as usual in all towns across the country. Acting on credible intelligence that goons were being ferried from other parts of the country to cause breach of peace in Nairobi, our security agencies took measures to protect businesses in the city and avert chaos. Security screening was therefore mounted on major roads into the city this morning to keep the would-be troublemakers at bay. As a result, relative calm prevailed in the city and its environs. We regret the inconvenience occasioned by these measures and at the same time appreciate their effectiveness in securing the city and other parts of the country. While the situation was relatively calm across the country, a few criminal elements attempted to commit diverse crimes in guise of staging peaceful demonstrations. Consequently, a total of 355 arrests were made in connection with the demonstrations, and this is a developing case. It could be more than the 355. Nairobi County accounted for the highest number of arrests, which is 161, followed by Kajiado, 123, and Kiambu, 36. Other arrests were reported in Murang'a, 12, Bungoma 9, Meru 6, Laikipia 5, and Machakos 3, while no arrests were reported from northeastern, Nyanza, and coast regions. They will be brought to court to face various charges of robbery, vandalism, road obstruction, and attempted stealing. It is also unfortunate that the Assistant Chief of Kariti sublocation in Murang'a County, one Mr. Anthony Kadungu, sustained injuries following an attack by a group of individuals who were attempting to erect a barricade in Kandara. He was treated at Kunduini Health Center and discharged in fair condition. I commend our security agencies for their commitment and dedication to maintaining law and order. They acted with utmost professionalism and responded promptly to concerns by wananchi. We salute them for their effective organization and meticulous planning. I wish to thank patriotic journalists and media houses who acted responsibly and reported accurately on the day's events. We all have an equal stake in the future of our country. Let us guard our peace and stability jealously. Thank you, and may God bless you and bless our country. Of course, as I've told you yesterday, and I continue emphasizing, there are cases where you have general information about certain political actors and what they plan. And as you saw even today, yesterday I didn't mention any name, but as a result of what I said yesterday, one of them lifted his hand up and started responding to me in the morning. So, you know, it's only the guilty who are afraid. And as you saw today, one of them was wrote a very long Facebook post to defend himself, even if I didn't mention his name. So those are some of those actors in place. But what we are concentrating in, a National Police Service concentrating, is to concentrate on arresting the very perpetrators, the person who is found on site, and the one that is carrying out that criminal activity, so that then if they wish to go and name their sponsors and implicate them, that then we'll pick from there. Today, people requested that they be given security to carry out demonstrations. And at the same time, politicians all over the country, as you know, and you saw them, tried to take advantage of this day, and they went about all over the country from yesterday, the day before, trying to say all Kenyans must come to the streets. And I think they saw it for themselves that Kenyans are tired. They are tired of political rhetoric. Kenyans would love to have such an opportunity when people are doing such commemoration. The most affected people and those who will stand with them in solidarity will not be doing so to milk political capital or to get political capital from it. Those who want to join them can go to a church service, can do as a protest, a symbolic protest along a particular road, can lay wreaths wherever they want to do so, and be facilitated by police officers. I look forward to properly organized demonstrations that responds to Article 37. So for sure, today was a complete failure on the part of politicians and political scavengers, and it was a success for Kenyans who love peace and order, largely because they demonstrated that Kenyans, if they decide to obey Article 37, the country can do proper demonstrations in a very orderly manner. Allegations from the impeached deputy president on the danger of his life. I must say that in his usual manner, that is who he is. We are used to his normal song. By the way, I find it very strange that a person who once held public office continues with his tribal tirade. For example, he quickly forgets that there is an Inspector General of Police called Mr. Douglas Kanja, and he just likes talking about the Deputy Inspector General of Police because he has a very his mind is wired tribally, and of course most of those things that he was talking about, he's going to be assassinated, he's going to be done this. He's just he likes to be, he's a cloud chaser. So every public, something that is of great interest, he likes making it always about him. about himself, him and myself and so forth. That kind of a human being is, I think, is a medical case. And for my situation, he's used to. I think every time he wakes up, Murkomen this, Murkomen that. He sleeps Murkomen, wakes up Murkomen, and I'm used to his tirade. By the way, it's not a new thing. Even in the last administration, he used to sing the same about the former minister. So it's not something new. And I see nowadays he's very cozy with that minister, and he doesn't ask questions about those things he used to say in the past. So we are used to his tirade, and those kind of politicians are unfortunately an embarrassment to our country. This country is peaceful. This country is united. This country, it must respect officers. This ethnic profiling of public officers for personal gain must come to an end. Our nation must judge every leader by what he or she can give, but not by virtue of linking every leader to their community. And that is the very reason why he could not even serve a half-term, because he failed the test of constitutional test of patriotism and national unity. And he continues to dig the same hole that costed him public office, and continues to embarrass himself even in his otherwise oblivious life. 99.5% of the citizens across Kenya continued with their business as usual. People went to work, and as I mentioned, very few areas of Kenya witnessed any disruptions related to protests. It's only in Nairobi that there was inconvenience as a result of what I told you last night was available intelligence report that some people wanted to bring in goons and criminals to do looting and to attack innocent civilians. As a result of the security measures carried out by police officers, which included mounting security checks, unfortunately some people were inconvenienced. But also that some security installations and protected areas under the law were protected by the police. That includes Parliament and other protected facilities that have been targeted before. We never wanted to take any chance, and you know that criminal elements would like to take advantage of such a peaceful protest. And I think also a number of Nairobians felt like there was going to be a chaos like in the past, where politicians and political players mobilized goons and criminals and gangs to come and attack people. And so out of caution, a number of people did not come to town. But learning from the lessons of today, if this is going to be the practice going forward, many Kenyans will be going about their business. At the same time, those who want to carry out peaceful protests while unarmed will continue doing so in future. But for today, I think it was also part of it was abundance of caution on the part of some citizens based on the previous occurrences. But by and large, today's example is the type of example that you want in a country like ours going forward. And this, I believe, and I want to request Kenyans and future organizers for protests that this is where we should pick from. We should pick from the lessons that we learned today, and going forward we must make sure that protests are going to be as peaceful as possible, and that many Kenyans will not be inconvenienced when it comes to their business. We saw in the course of the day that as citizens began to see that the city and the Nairobi and its environment was peaceful, we began to witness upsurge of transport, matatus and citizens going about their business within the city. In the morning, there was a lot of caution, but in the course of the day, you realize that many people began to come to town. Going forward, I hope that there will be no economic sabotage when we have protests, because citizens will not have to fear to go about their business.